Have you tried to go pick up a prescription lately, where you met with longer lines and longer waits at the pharmacy than you're used to? Well, pharmacists not immune to what we are seeing throughout the country with staffing shortages, some of which is likely thanks to the Omicron variant. Now, these staffing shortages are impacting how soon you can get your medicine or how long you may have to wait for a vaccine. Some viewers even telling us their appointments to get vaccinated or even boosted were canceled because, well, there was no one to give them a shot. And these are the big chain pharmacies we're talking about. So now some are local, or some people in the area are turning to local pharmacies for help. But that is presenting its own set of challenges. Here's Katya Stepovic.
Phones are ringing off the hook. Prescriptions are being filled and bagged. But demand is high and resources dwindling.
The pharmacy that I usually go to, they were out of stock of the medication. And so I had to do some juggling, so to speak, with my doctor's office as well as with the pharmacies.
That's Yeti Abides, who ran into some speed bumps when trying to get his regular refill at Walgreens.
Just seeing the backlog, the physical presence of the backlog, it just impressed on me that they were doing everything they can.
The longer wait times, cancellations, and backlogs are flooding major pharmacies like Walgreens, CVS, and Albertsons. Walgreens tells KTVB in part, "We've reduced operating hours in some locations where staffing has been impacted the most. In the rare occurrence where we're experiencing last-minute emergency closures due to staffing that impacts patient appointments, we conduct outreach to notify patients and work to get them rescheduled if they would like." And CVS says decisions like labor hours and workflow process, among other things, are made to ensure appropriate levels of staffing and resources in order to safely and accurately fill prescriptions.
And they also explained that they were 2 days behind at that time. I also called thinking they were still open until their regular time. They let me know that they were having to adjust their hours because of staffing as well.
And situations like Yeti's are pushing many patients to go to local pharmacies instead of chain ones.
The larger pharmacies are having a significant spillover to some of the smaller independent pharmacies because people are figuring out that we're still able to accommodate their needs in a timely manner.
But the influx of patients transferring to local pharmacies is presenting its own challenges.
Even when they want to transfer prescriptions to us, it used to be a really easy process. And lately, it's taking hours to even days to get those transfers fulfilled.
Some of those bigger chains, when we're trying to get prescriptions for people that have medications at different pharmacies, we've been on hold, hours at a time with no success.
And when the chain pharmacist can't be reached, they will ask the provider directly to file a brand new prescription. That can work sometimes, but not if the original prescription already ran through insurance at the patient's original pharmacy.
And if that is already billed by another pharmacy, the insurance won't let us send that claim to them. And so then we'd have to call their other pharmacy and get that reversed through their system, which if we can't get a hold of them, that does cause a problem.
He says there's really no solution when that's the case, other than paying out of pocket for a medication and hoping to get reimbursed down the road. So while local pharmacies handled the overload from chain pharmacies, it's important to remember they aren't immune to staffing shortages and potential backlogs either.
Patience is key. A lot of times when patients get frustrated and they want more information, that can sometimes actually increase the amount of time it takes because it takes us away, pharmacists, technicians, from actually being able to fill the meds.
Personally know a lot of pharmacists that work for the chains, and they're all really good people and they're all doing their best to help the community. So I think that's one thing for everyone to keep in mind is everyone has their best interests. We're all working as hard as we can to help everybody.
And that is definitely the case. And Brian, while these local pharmacies aren't necessarily feeling the pinch from staff shortages right now, they are from recent increased demand from these chain pharmacies.
And the bottom line is try not to wait. If you can, not wait until you're down to your last couple of pills. Try to get those prescriptions refills back in early if you can, I'm sure.
That is the key.
All right. Thank you very much, Katya.